It's Queensryche right here on your classic metal show from the Promised Land release that is the title track. And apparently the vocalist for Queensryche at that time, our good friend Geoff Tate,
yes,
has been out on a solo tour, which you happened to see in Kent a few weeks ago.
I did, yeah, a month and a half ago at this point. But yeah, it was a great show.
Sure. Now, Geoff is out touring the world, I guess, all over the place. And we received an email from a listener who lives in Norway.
Yes.
And apparently Geoff performed in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Metal Show Studio.
Hello, this is Susan Tate.
Oh, Susan. What a pleasant surprise. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you very much, Wendell. I'm just, I'm here to facilitate the interview.
Oh, all right. We wanted to talk to Geoff because we understand that he's been out on his solo tour and he's been touring around the world, and a Queensryche fan, a Geoff Tate fan, a CMS fan from Norway had written us about his experience at the show.
Well, I had hoped... never mind. Well, go ahead. It's your program.
All right. Well, I wanted to read this email. And, this listener who attended the show in Norway wanted to give us a rundown as to his experience.
Well, go ahead.
All right. Well, anyway, it says, "Hello, good sirs. My name is Sven, and I am a longtime listener to the CMS from Norway. I'm still wondering whether your tunes are hummable, but someone hid my shoes, so I'm going nowhere." Nice little CMS reference there.
Yeah.
"I'm writing to share the story of an encounter a friend of mine had with rock royalty recently, and about what happened when he sat down to interview him for Norway's rock magazine. Those of us who do interviews for music magazines often get the question, 'Oh, you met so-and-so, how was he? Was he nice?' The typical response is that pretty much every band or artist we talk to falls into that category. Very professional or very friendly. The professionals have typically been around for a while and are used to doing many interviews. They are kind, polite, talkative, but almost always manage to get all of their responses to be about whatever it is that they're promoting. The friendly ones usually turn out that way because the great personal chemistry between the artist and the interviewer and can become an enthusiastic conversation between the mates. This happens more often with artists in the earlier part of their career. The exceptions are fortunately much rarer, but now and then you encounter an asshat. An asshat, okay. Someone who has agreed to do an interview but still has no interest in having a conversation and who will give very brief or sarcastic answers to any question. It feels worse than when this happens when someone who has always been a personal hero growing up, you have all of their albums and who have adorned. Oh, is that what that says? Adorned your bedroom walls back in the day. This is about such an encounter. Geoff Tate was in Oslo in January to play in a small pub with a capacity of 130 people. That sounds like a small venue for Geoff to play there, Susan.
Well, as I'm sure you know, that there has been an adjustment in the accommodations and just in our circumstances. It is not 1990 anymore. Geoff really likes to get close to the fans. He likes a more intimate gig. He likes to be able to connect with each member of the audience, and you simply can't do that when you play at Wembley or when you play at all these other types of enormous venues. So it's all about getting back to basics.
Getting back to the roots and being up close and personal with the fans.
Absolutely.
All right. As mentioned, my friend had an interview and appointment set up through Norway Rock Magazine and showed up backstage prior to the show. What follows is a word-by-word transcript of the conversation, along with a few descriptive passages about what was going on and things progressed. Geoff was in a foul mood. Does that ever happen, Susan? Is Geoff ever in a foul mood?
Well, it happens more than I would like to admit.
Oh, my.
And that is one of the reasons why I value your friendship and your companionship, Wendell, because you're on such an even keel so much of the time, which is a nice contrast with Jeffrey, who can be quite moody.
Oh, I see. Well, those artists have a tendency to be a little on the moody side. Geoff was in a foul mood, and before the first question was asked, and although his wife, Susan, he mentioned you, Susan, and the other band members were very friendly, the interview was made to feel very unwelcome by the main subject. He still sat down and did what I think was a damn good attempt at engaging Geoff. Unfortunately, I think this was destined to end badly no matter what.
That's terrible.
All right, so shall we? This is the CMS players, shall we?
The CMS players, yeah, the not ready for primetime players.
No. All right, Sven. Hello. How are you? We're so glad you came here. Here, let me get you a cheese sandwich and one of these little petit fours. All right, here's a nice soft chair. And this is Jeffrey. Jeffrey meets Sven, and these are the other fellows in the band. I haven't gotten all their names, but all right, I'll leave you fellows alone.
Hello, Geoff.
Geoff, are you with us?
I am here. Hello.
Did we wake you from your slumber?
No, I've been here. Let's get along to the interview, shall we?
Okay. Well, apparently, Norway Rock Magazine did an interview with you, and I want to see how it kind of played out here a little bit. So I guess the interviewer sat down with you and originally said to you, "Welcome back to Oslo. This must be the first time you've been here in over 10 years.
Perhaps. I don't know.
I believe the last time was in 2006 with Queensryche on the Operation Mindcrime 2 tour.
If you say so. I believe I've been here many times since then.
You released Resurrection not too long ago, which is the second album in your concept trilogy with the new band Operation Mindcrime. Since then, you primarily did a lot of shows with Ripper Owens and Blaze Bayley and acoustic shows with Queensryche Classics. Why did you focus on that?
I felt like it.
Are you holding off playing any new songs from the new albums until the third album is out so you can play all the albums and present the full story?
Yes, maybe. I don't know.
How long do you plan to tour acoustically?
Until April.
Oh. How did you find the backing band for this tour? I know that your Operation Mindcrime guitarist Scott Mountain is here, but how about the other five? Your violinist, celloist, mandolin player?
I happened to see them play in a park in Cork, Ireland. I liked the energy they had and asked them to be my band for this tour.
When was this?
September.
Oh, so it happened very quickly. You met them in September and you started your tour in December.
Yes.
Did you have much time to rehearse together?
I asked them to rehearse these songs on their own, and then we had a few days together in Cork before the tour started.
How did you pick which songs to play?
I picked from all my albums songs I felt would work well acoustically.
But you don't play songs that are acoustic to begin with, like We'll Remember or someone else's?
No.
Were they two obvious choices?
No, I didn't think about that.
What about the songs you did for MTV Unplugged?
What about them?
You don't play a lot of those either?
Okay.
Did you prefer to play songs that people haven't heard acoustically before, not the obvious choices?
Obvious for whom? Why don't you tell him why you picked just these songs? But I did. Songs I like that I can tell a story with. Why don't you just say that then? You're just being difficult now. What is wrong with you?
Right. Let's talk about Operation Mindcrime instead. The second album in the trilogy arrived in September last year. Is the plan for the third one to come out in 2017?
I hope so.
Do I understand it correctly that it's already recorded?
Yes, it just needs mixing.
You recorded all three albums at the same time and are releasing them 1 year apart?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have a regular lineup for the band? I know Scott and Kelly Gray and Randy Gain have played with you for many years, but do you know who will be playing drums or bass on the future tours?
No.
You had some pretty big names that play on the albums. Brian Tichy from Whitesnake, Simon Wright from AC/DC, David Ellefson from Megadeth.
Yes.
But these guys will not be touring with you?
I have no concrete plans for O&M.
Okay.
Jeff!
Could you tell us about the Trinity Tour that you did with Blaze Bayley and Ripper Owens?
It was fun.
And you did Queensryche songs. Blaze played Maiden songs, and Ripper did Priest?
Yes.
With the same backing band, and did you do any other songs together?
Yes, Taking on the World, which we do together on Resurrection.
You started out your career singing both Priest and Maiden songs, didn't you?
Well, when we were kids.
In the first time with Queensryche?
With the Myth before we became Queensryche.
Any plans for the three of you to do anything else together?
Perhaps later this year.
Wasn't there talk about doing a similar Trinity-like project a few years ago with yourself, Rob Halford, and Bruce Dickinson?
Mm-hmm.
But that never happened?
No.
Was this around the time that the three of you sang a song from Halford's solo album some 10 or 15 years ago?
Yes.
Did you ever consider writing an autobiography?
Yes, that is a fun idea.
But no concrete plans?
Nothing carved in stone, no.
You know what? I give up. If you don't want to tell me anything, this is just a waste of your time and of ours. I think we'll just end it here.
Okay, thanks.
Why do you not tell him that you're working on a book?
hold on. Wait, before you leave. I have no idea why he's behaving this way. You had good questions, and he could have given you long and detailed answers, too. His behavior was not acceptable. I'm embarrassed on his behalf. He is almost done with his book. Hopefully it will be published soon, sometime this year. Don't leave. Please don't leave. I'll have a word with him. I'll talk to him. This has nothing to do with you, and I want to apologize for him. I don't know why he is this way. I just don't understand. Please. Don't go. Have another sandwich.
Say, Sport, may I have a word with you? My wife thinks I owe you an apology for being so short in my answers. I'm falling ill and not in the best of shape. Nothing personal. Let's shake on it, shall we? Hold on, let me wipe my hand on my pants here. Thank Christ that's over with.
Wow. That Broadway play just brought the house down, I think.
That was outstanding.
Well, Geoff, is that how it...
Sven, please. Let me get your telephone number. Maybe we can do it by phone tomorrow. Maybe he'll be feeling better tomorrow. I'll get him some vitamins and some supplements into him. He'll be feeling much better tomorrow. I guarantee. I'll drain his balls and he'll be feeling good.
Okay, it's 422-011. 63724.
63724. All right, got it. We will continue this, and why don't you? Here, there's some lovely truffles over here. Why don't you have some?
Well, thank you, Susan.
Absolutely, and please don't write about this in your little magazine.
Well, we'll just have to see how it goes tomorrow, Susan.
I certainly hope you will cast this in a good light. I think, this can be a mutual partnership for both of us, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And I see my tits here?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow. All right, Susan.
Thank you very much, Sven or Ole or whatever your name is.
So good.
Holy shit. Well, that was something.
Geoff, are you still with us?
Yes, we are back in real today time now. Why are we doing this?
Well, we just wanted to clear the air and make sure that the reporting was accurate, or if this Venn guy was just being an asshole.
Which is what I was thinking.
You know what? This may come as a shock to you, but in fact, his account was somewhat accurate, as a matter of fact.
Why was he bothering you, Geoff? Couldn't he just tell that you weren't in the mood and you were trying to get ready for another great performance and just leave you alone?
Absolutely, and quite frankly, his questions were dull. They were boring. His attempts at small talk, they infuriated me. I just wasn't in the mood. Susan sold me on this acoustic tour that we would play these old chestnuts once again. And we got over here to Norway. We get up to bumfuck Norway in the middle of January. And I was, I thought we would play the Grand Opera House in Oslo, but we're playing, the equivalent of I don't know.
Chuck's Bar and Grill.
Yes, something like that. We were playing, the town diner or whatever the hell it is. The place is a dump, and I didn't sign up for this. I'm too old for this bullshit.
Right.
You know, I just had a birthday. I just turned 58 years old. Why am I being made to suffer this?
That's right. I agree. And to have some asshole asking you questions about those shitty metal bands and trying to insinuate that you used to be a metal fan. What a dick.
It's all so tiring, Christopher. I'm sure you agree. It's like someone asked you questions constantly about, working at a steel mill. Who cares about that shit? It's water under the bridge. It's in the past. I don't live in the past. You know who lives in the past? Michael Wilton lives in the past. That's who.
Exactly.
And that is why he is going nowhere, and I am going everywhere.
That's right. So Geoff, there's already rumors about you going back to those other guys. Tell me that's false.
Absolutely false. That will never happen. You could say, what's the name of the group? The one that has all the tattoos, the fellow in the top hat, the other fellow that throws tantrums. What are they called?
Guns N' Roses?
Yes, those fellows. They got back together, but they needed to. I don't need to. I am Geoff Tate. I think my artistic creativity, the integrity of me as a songwriter and a creator and a performer, speaks for itself. Oh, I don't need Queensryche. I'm doing my own thing, and it's more spiritually fulfilling to me than going back there and singing, Just City Woman. It's a song about me jerking off on a plane because it's been delayed, and I can't wait to get home to fuck my wife.
I've always wondered if there was any real hidden meaning to that song.
I joined the Mile High Club. I'll pay it solo. I said to the flight attendant, "Hey, give me another blanket here. I've got, something I want to cover up." Oh, I just spilled some mayonnaise on this blanket here. You may want to launder that.
So Geoff, when you came to my little town of Kent here, did you enjoy yourself in that fine city?
No, I did not. Not at all. Not in the slightest. It was increasingly I feel when I'm performing Queensryche songs, I feel like I'm the owner of a traveling flea circus.
Well, Geoff, they gunned down 4 college students in that little town of Kent there. Does that have any significance for you?
I don't care less about those people. What are you talking about?
That's before you cared, right? They weren't Queensryche fans when you were making money with them, so what do you care, right, Geoff?
Absolutely not. The fair-weather fans, I have no time for that in my life. And to be honest with you, there's some personal things going on in my life. As you know, that life is a roller coaster. It's ups and downs, especially when you live your life to the extreme, as do I. And I know you do, Christopher. It's something I wouldn't expect Wendell to understand.
Sure.
He stays home and watches his comedy specials all the time. But I've been going through a bit of a quandary in my marriage, to be quite honest with you. Susan is a wonderful manager, aside from the debacle in Norway that she set me up for. The bitch. Now, she's a wonderful manager, but as a wife, I'm finding that I require more in my life than what Susan is able to provide at her advanced age. I'm thinking, the last time we spoke a couple of months ago, I expressed my admiration for our new president, Donald Trump.
Yes.
And his lovely wife, Melania. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. I'm thinking about, going out and going online and getting myself a Russian like he did.
Nice.
One of those those hardy Slavic stock from the steppes of Eastern Europe. They look like they could slaughter a pig. That might be interesting. One of these brawny, wide-faced women, big shoulders, everything.
Did you call him Slavic stock?
Absolutely. One of these bohunks. I'm thinking, lots of fellows, the sort of, the white supremacist types, they like to get their women from Eastern Europe. And I think I found out why, and Melania Trump is a perfect example of why. They're, for one thing, they're beautiful. They're absolutely aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Sure.
They're pliant. They're supple. They're obedient. And I place a great price on obedience these days.
Sure.
And that is something that Susan, she likes to be the boss. She doesn't like to be bossed about. I'm thinking I might like to wear the pants for once in my life, please.
You can't wear the pants, Jeff. Nothing that would block access to that fucking anaconda you got going on there, wouldn't it?
Well, some things are best, kept hidden until they aren't. When you look at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, sometimes that's even sexier than Hustler, because you imagine what is lurking beneath the suit. You imagine the treasures that lurk within, So sometimes, trousers might perform the same purpose on myself.
Sure. But Jeff, were you offended that I spent a good amount of time talking to your daughter Emily while my friends came and harassed you for autographs?
As long as you filmed it and let me see afterwards, that's quite all right.
Well, you had to be happy that it was me instead
I
of...
see a lot of promise for Emily, where Miranda has been a bit of a disappointment. Emily is, I think she has potential. There's a lot of interest there.
She's got some hardy stock above the belly button, that's for sure. Good Lord.
Absolutely. But, Susan's a great manager, and my daughters are always going to be part of my life. But I'm thinking, as far as a life partner, as a better half, I'm thinking it may be time to move on and catch myself an Estonian or a Latvian or something like that. And as we were headed toward that part of the world, we were in Norway. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump, if you will, to Russia, and where all that lovely, lovely Slavonic pussy is. I was feeling discontented, and that's, I suppose, why I acted out with the interviewer.
Well, no, fuck him. Fuck him, Jeff. Don't bring yourself down. He was fucking beneath you. And
I'm not apologizing for anything. Susan made me do that. Right. She gave me that look. It made me feel like a child who'd thrown his crayons about the floor or something like that.
Say, you don't know Ollie or whatever his fucking name is anything. You're Geoff fucking Tate.
Absolutely. I'm Geoff fucking Tate. I don't need to apologize to anyone, but she shamed me, and she did it in front of a room full of people. My band, as you heard on the cassette tape of the interview that you just aired, you heard them laughing.
Yes.
And they were laughing at me. It's not good for employees to laugh at their boss.
Right.
At the moneymaker.
As a business owner yourself, Christopher, I'm sure you can agree that anyone who laughed at you would be out on their ass.
They would. They'd be fired immediately.
Absolutely. And I couldn't very well do that there because I had all these shitbag shows that she'd booked for me, and I had to go through and perform and play these stupid songs. But I had to go through with it, and I couldn't do that. I had to go out there. I had to track down this numbskull, this nincompoop, and I had to stretch out my hand and say, "Hey, let's shake on it." I'm sorry about it all. I'm not feeling good. Of course, I was not coming down with a cold or the flu or anything like that. I didn't feel like doing the fucking interview.
You had the stupidity flu. That's what you had.
Absolutely. I was allergic to the stupidity with which I'm surrounded constantly on a daily basis. I'm sick of it, Neely. I'm sick of it, Christopher. I want out.
I'm with you. Fire Susan. That's the new campaign.
Fire all of them.
That could be the story of the third part of the trilogy about getting rid of the money-hungry bitch.
and all her hangers-on.
That's
and all
right.
these other sorry-ass musicians, these other hacks that I've been forced to play with. Kelly Gray, Jesus Christ, he's been a parasite, a boil on my ass for decades.
Jeez.
Let me tell you what I'd really like to do. And actually, Young Doghouse put this idea in my mind. I'd like to just get up there on stage, just me and a microphone and a ukulele. What do you think?
I think you've actually performed a little bit of that ukulele for us one other time, Geoff, and I think that
I did?
Yes, you have.
I must have been drunk. No, I was. Oh, he was.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember whatever it was.
All right, Geoff. Well, I hope things straighten out for you, and you can figure out what you want to do with your management and your women and your personal life, and get back on track.
Absolutely. Would it be all right if I sent Susan to be with you for a while? Would that be all right with you?
Yeah, she could hang out here for a while, sure.
Hang out. I know what that means. I'm willing to put up with it. I'm willing to, put up with the shame of being a cuckold, as long as it staves off. I got to tell you, if this goes on any longer, I'm about to go San Bernardino on these people.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, let's hope it doesn't go that far, Geoff.
What I need. You hear about people who have parents who have what we call special needs children. They sometimes are eligible for what is called respite care, where someone else takes the child and the parents can, resume their normal lives for a weekend or whatever. I need respite care.
Well, I'd be happy to take Emily off your hands for a little while.
And Miranda, too? Would you take Miranda? They're a
Sure.
package deal. You can't have one without the other.
I'm in.
I know you know what I mean by that.
Sounds like a good threesome to me. I'm in.
It could be a Tate family sandwich.
Barbecued Tate.
Absolutely. And you could be the meat, Christopher.
It will be barbecued.
Absolutely. Well, and well basted, I'm sure, Christopher.
Oh, yeah.
With your special house dressing.
All right, Geoff. Well, Geoff, I think we should play something from your Resurrection release. What do you think?
Absolutely.
I think
please don't play the song with those other.
No, I'm not going to do that. I thought I would play a song that kind of is a message to all of us, in light of your current circumstances.
And does not include those has-beens and never-wases.
No, I thought I would play Healing My Wounds.
Absolutely. That is what I'm doing, and that is, you may not believe this, but that is what this telephone call has enabled me to do. It's enabled me to exercise some of my demons, and sometimes you just need to talk to someone. Isn't that right?
Sure, absolutely.
You need to talk to someone who understands, who sees where you're coming from, as it were.
All right, Geoff. Well, let's play something from Resurrection. Let's play some Healing My Wounds.
Absolutely, and it's been good speaking with you as always.
All right, Geoff.
Oh, can I do it?
Absolutely. You go right ahead.
Here it is. It's Operation Mindcrime featuring me, Geoff Tate, the one and only Geoff Tate, and Healing My Wounds on your classic metal show.